This is the story of a king, a woman, a rooftop, and a decision that shook a whole kingdom. So let's talk about David, the giant slayer, the poet, the warrior, the man after God's own heart. He had courage, talent, anointing, but like most of us, he also had moments where the flesh was louder than the spirit. And this was one of those moments. The army of Israel is out fighting, doing what David used to lead them to do. But David, he stays home. And listen, idleness is dangerous territory for anybody, even a king. One evening, David walks out onto the rooftop of his palace. He looks out over Jerusalem, the stone roofs, the glow of lanterns, the night breeze rolling over the city. And then he sees her. Bathsheba, moonlit skin, long curly dark hair dripping with water, golden brown eyes catching the glow. A woman so beautiful that the Bible itself stops to describe the situation. David freezes. Desire hits him instantly. The king, the worshiper, the man with God's favor, is now standing in temptation. And instead of walking away, he stares, he wants, and he sends someone to find out who she is. The servant comes back like, that's Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah, your soldier, one of your loyal men. Translation? She is off limits, my guy. But David's mind is already gone. He sends for her. She comes to the palace, and they sleep together. David thinks it's a one-time secret, until a message arrives. Bathsheba sends word, I'm pregnant. Now everything changes. Her husband is at war. Everyone will know the child isn't his. And the king, the man chosen by God, is suddenly scrambling. So David tries to fix it his way. He calls Uriah home from battle, hoping Uriah will sleep with his wife and the baby can pass as his. But Uriah is built different. He refuses to go home. He sleeps at the palace gate saying, how can I enjoy comfort when my brothers are still on the battlefield? This man had the integrity David should have had. And when David sees he can't manipulate the situation, he chooses something darker. He sends Uriah back to the battlefield, carrying his own death order. David instructs the commander, put Uriah on the front lines, and then pull back. Uriah never stood a chance. He dies in battle, murdered without a sword from his king. Bathsheba mourns her husband, and once her mourning period ends, David brings her into the palace as his wife. To everyone else, it looks neat, controlled, handled. But David forgot something huge. You can hide from people, but you cannot hide from God. Enter Nathan, the prophet with zero fear in his heart. He comes to David with a story. There were two men, one rich, one poor. The rich man stole the poor man's only lamb, even though he had plenty. David jumps up furious like, whoever did this should die. That man is wicked. Nathan looks him in the eye and says, you are that man. Truth hits David like a sword. His walls fall. He repents. He breaks. He admits his sin. God forgives him because God's mercy runs deeper than our worst decisions. But forgiveness doesn't cancel consequences. Bathsheba's first child gets sick and dies. It's a tragic, painful chapter, and the weight of it humbles David for life. But even in sorrow, God still moves. Later, Bathsheba gives birth to another son, Solomon, the wisest king Israel ever had. And that's the crazy part. God took a story full of lust, pride, lies, and death, and still brought forth something powerful. This story isn't about David being a hero, or Bathsheba being a villain, or Uriah being collateral damage. It's about the reality of humanity, the weight of choices, the cost of sin, and the mercy of a God who can redeem even the ugliest chapters. This is the Bible unhinged.